Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dota Digital Cast for Pacific Best Dota 2 Canada Cup Series 6. We are in here with our second game of the series. It is me, Mott, with Purge. Purge, how are you today?
Better. Saved like 4 times of the time doing an intro. And the game is a little bit different here. Urspirit's going to be the first pick. Chen was actually banned in the first round, as well as the Faces Void. What was our band's last game? It was like Beastmaster and
something else. I can't remember.
I remember the other band was like kind of okay, but the Beastmaster one, I was like, what the hell is this?
Might have been Death Prophet?
No, it wasn't. It was something like mid. Oh, it was Oracle. It was Oracle Beastmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Very confusing. DC ops for Invoker and Urspirit now. See if they swap up who's playing what role, because usually your Ward does play Invoker, and he plays a very good Invoker. So Invoker Urspirit, good start. Should give them very good dominance against whoever goes at mid. Infamous is going for their strat that they did the other day that we saw, which is offlane Dazzle plus Nature's Prophet. They'll summon Treants, they'll run them next to a hero, and Dazzle will use Shadow Wave. Now keep in mind that last time we saw them do that, they wrecked their opponents. They played so extremely well. They looked amazing in that game. But will it work against DC's players?
That's the question. DC has some stellar players, as you saw last game. They played very well. And I don't know if it is going to work. Obviously, they're going to try to avoid getting 2-0 here and getting stomped into oblivion, as they did against Not Today earlier on in this tournament. But we'll wait and see. Digital Cast, one game away from playing up against the loser of Complexity versus Elite Wolves. And, of course, being one of the top 3 teams here in Canada Cup Season 6. I believe that there's only 4 teams left, and I'm almost sure that is, in fact, the case. And it is, of course. So this is a very, very, very important match. Digital Chaos wants to get top 3. Infamous wants to keep their run going, and they've done a pretty good job, all things considered. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. They banned out the Void, and they'll ban out the Beastmaster next. They did ban out the Chen, unsurprisingly, as we had predicted earlier on. And not only the post-game report, but also in Game 1. So no shockers there from Infamous.
We'll see where DC goes with the next part of their draft, though. They've got very good ganking right now. They've got pretty solid team fight. But they could do a lot of different things. What's the best way to deal with this? Nature's Prophet Dazzle dual lane is actually the best question. Something like an Undying might be really solid, although it is 2 range here, so they can probably kill the tomb fairly fast. Just overall, I mean, Nuke probably doesn't work super well because the Treants are there, and the Treants pose a big offensive threat due to the bomb from the Shadow Wave. So I'm not quite sure what the solution is. It's definitely going to be a little scary. Something with high armor would help a lot. So maybe there's some carry with really high base armor that might be good. Maybe something like Morphling might be solid. Maybe... I'm not so sure about Morphling. Morphling sounds a little iffy.
How do you feel about Bristleback safe lane in this situation?
Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. Bristleback would work okay. Just tank up the damage and keep on going, or turn your back. That way the Shadow Wave does a whole lot less. Something like that might be a really good solution. They grab a Darkseer. That's might be DC's solution. They could put a Darkseer versus the NP. That way his Treants will at least be taking a lot of damage if they stand next to the Creep Wave. And if the Creep Wave is dead, that's creeps that are going to be hitting either Nature's Prophet or Ion Shilling the Nature's Attendants that are in the area. So might be a good solution. They can also do cool combos with like Vacuum Boulder Smash or Silences and stuff like that. And they kind of got lucky with the Darkseer pick, and that it's very good against TA as well. So I'm sure Infamous was a little unhappy seeing that pick come up.
Yeah, and I also like, you mentioned the combos that you could do with the Darkseer and Earth Spirit. I just think putting an Ion Shell onto the Earth Spirit as he rolling boulders in is not a bad idea either. If you have that Orb of Venom slow him down, have the Ion Shell do all that damage. I'm a big fan of Darkseer. So they have pretty good early game. Late game is going to be nice, but Infamous will go with a Bounty Hunter, and we've seen this back at TI5, Bounty Hunter was a rousing success with plenty of wins and a lot of work done in these games. But recently we've seen Bounty Hunter be hit or miss, like really just awful or really, really good. So we'll see how this goes for Infamous, I think.
I mean, it's their one hero that they pick that plays really well for them. The only downside is that last time they did the strat, Z-Talk was the one playing the Dazzle, and he's usually also their Bounty Hunter. So not saying that the other guy won't be as competent or anything, but it kind of creates a slightly less than ideal situation that may put them in a weird spot. Nature's Prophet picked up for DC though, so a bit of disable there. Not as good as zoning enemy mid heroes, but it can work decently. So the real question I think comes down to how much can Bounty Hunter get done in terms of pressure. TA plus Bounty is quite good against Invoker. Obviously Earth Spirit's going to be there as well, but that mid lane is going to be very relevant, and off lane as well. We'll see how much Nature's Prophet gets with Dazzle, and how much Bounty Hunter can pressure the enemy mid.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to inflate your ego right now.
Why?
Because you've played against this Bounty Hunter before.
Yep, and I was Ancient Apparition, and I got absolutely styled on.
Yeah, but it's not the fact that you died; it's the fact that you won, right?
We didn't win that first game, that's for sure. We
Well, you
won
won
the
the second game.
time that we played against them. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Yes.
but they were kind of dicking around. They dicked around a couple times.
Okay.
They weren't playing 100% serious.
So modest. You're so modest.
No,
Bush.
I honestly didn't play very well that series. Even game 2 I played kind of okay, but game 2 I played really bad. I died in a couple ways that were just really ridiculous. So, and that led to them diving us at like tier 4 towers at like 10 minutes. So
shout out to Vegetable Esports Club, by the way.
Yeah, no one needs to see that game ever. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know I've seen it before, but Infamous, they'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds after reserve time. This draft isn't actually gone through pretty quickly, so they could use their time on these last 2 picks to figure out what they need to get. They go for the Witch Doctor as the support for Digital Cast. They've already picked up the Earth Spirit as their roaming support. The AM will come out for Infamous, and this is pretty good. They don't have a ton of lockdown. Obviously, the silence is very good until you get the Manta style, but you really need to hit that Geomagnetic Grip and kill him within that time. There's not a lot of physical damage either, which is also a big problem, as Infamous will have the spell shield on the anti-mage, and I think this is a good pick. I think there's a lot of potential here from Infamous, so we'll see how it goes.
It's a little bit hard for them to deal with. They have a lot of magic damage sources, like you said. Invoker is going to be okay due to having pure damage from Sunstrike, so they can get him with that. And Witch Doctor ulti is okay against anti-mage, but they have to worry a lot about that mana drain, and there's just so much unpredictability coming from the mobility that Infamous is going to have that the fights could be very one-sided at the start of things. But even still, it's going to come on the laning stage. If DC gets a really big advantage, they're going to snowball over Infamous. Infamous is really lacking disables this game, and that might be another thing that really punishes them going into mid-game, even if they are winning.
Might see something more of an aggressive safe lane pick here for Digital Chaos, just to make sure they can win their lane, or they can maybe decide to go for an aggro try against the anti-mage and make sure he doesn't get that early game advantage. But we'll wait and see, as they have 45 seconds left of reserve time. We talked about the Bristleback earlier, which I think is an okay choice, but it won't be good late game against the AM, who's going to be dominant. Well, I guess Bristleback's okay in late game, but still, there's other heroes they won't want to grab in the late game that could be very solid. I don't know what they're going to go for here in the safe lane. We'll wait and see.
The solution that DC needs is some physical damage. That way they can deal with anti-mage. But a lot of physical damage sources aren't very good against TA as well, since they usually hit hard, but rarely. So having some survivability, or having some way to deal with TA is going to be pretty important. I'm thinking, okay, that works really well. You can get a Radiance that'll burn down Templar Assassin. You do pure damage, which is another solution to anti-mage. So, okay, and it is going to be Spectre being played by Yawar again. So Yawar, apparently they're trying out a roster swap in that they're putting their new player trying out for mid, and Yawar is going to be playing carry from now on, is what they're going to try.
I mean, last game they both played extraordinarily well in those positions. I'm down with it for in every situation. I like Spectre. He has a very high win rate in pubs. Obviously, though, in Pro Dota, I'm not exactly sure about the win rate Spectre has in this patch. It's probably okay, I think. Obviously, you need to get over the early game kind of deficit that you have in the laning phase, but we'll see how that turns out for Yawar.
I think he's going to be okay. I mean, Earth Spirit's probably going to roam mid, Witch Doctor will protect him in the safe lane. I guess they do really have to worry about Nature's Prophet Dazzle. That's going to be a big pain in the butt. Especially because they now, even if they shift Earth Spirit to the safe lane, that's going to be 2 melees with Spectre, Earth Spirit, and a Witch Doctor on range. So they could get pressured there. That's really going to be the lane to watch, I think.
Wait and see. The Sunstrike will go and not hit anybody. They're just scouting things out, seeing what they can grab. And already off to the races, Infamous will head down towards the bottom lane for Kotaro Hayama. He'll be hitting up that poor man's shield pretty early on. Excel will join him as the Dazzle. And the Z-Talk Bounty Hunter will roam through mid and drop a couple of sentries and try to harass that Invoker. Ooh, look at Beeryu get already up in their grill and drop this Observer Ward. However, he will be spotted by the Treants, and so I'm sure that will be dewarded very quickly.
You never know. A lot of people will spend time to block the camp, but not put it on the high ground. I kind of like the fact that he put it on the high ground because it's going to spot rotations more than it is going to spot blockings. Let's see where they put the sentry, though. He's...
There it is.
Okay, he does go for it.
Tango it. Yeah, there it is.
That's a pretty big snipe. The only reason that worked out is because they saw the Witch Doctor standing about here. If you block the camp, you walk here, and then you block somewhere here. So because he saw him so deep in there, he could make the assumption that that it was on the cliff.
Yeah.
So really nice D-Ward. That's going to put Bounty Hunter at 1.5, almost to level 2. Could be really nice for him. Getting the faster level 2 can be quite nice because the early gen auto slow A lot of people don't expect that.
And also, I think this hero really requires levels, but he's often starved from them early on in the game. So anytime you can accelerate his farm and experience is always a benefit. AUI will rolling boulder away as he's going to try to get out of dodge. He doesn't know if Z-Talk's around, and he just wanted to block mid action, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He just race cars down towards the mid lane to block this wave, which I think was really, really nifty.
Yeah, it's going to help out the Invoker a lot if the creep wave is closer to his side. And if you look on the other side of the map, Templar Assassin hasn't had as much help.
Uh-oh,
Very much
Z-Talk! There it is. That is a pretty big deal. Nothing was on it. I'm not sure why they were trying to ferry it out. It was actually a salve, I believe, for the Invoker. Rolling Boulder will come through. Do they have sentries? AUI is going to try to block him. The Rolling Boulder came through. AUI doesn't have any detection whatsoever. Already, this Bounty Hunter getting off to a very fast start.
Didn't it have like 350 net worth or something like that? Am I crazy?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's just have the healing salve on it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's something that the Invoker would have liked to have. Places a sentry on his high ground to spot in case Bounty is coming there. He's using a nice job.
Oh, Excel gets blocked down bottom. Iron Shell will go. I don't know if they have enough to kill him. He's going to have no Shadow Wave available, but the rest of the crew, Z-Talk as well, as Kotar Harma came through and tried to stop AUR from getting that first blood, and they did a pretty good job of it. So, anyways, sorry.
They might get dived here. Yep, they're going to do some pressure on the ball, but he will have a surge.
Got Surge. There's a zone out in Z-Talk. He's going to go ahead and Shadow Walk away. They just don't have detection. Excel might get caught. Kotar Armiana is going to save him again by just walking up a little bit. And Zantivage is actually getting them out of bad situations by just walking up and stopping the pressure.
Yeah. I think AOI is doing a great job, though. Like, with just level 1, he's putting pressure on all of the lanes. All because of Rolling Boulder being a little bit OP at level 1. Something that wasn't really played with as much before, but now has really been discovered to be the standard. Nothing else works better. Oh, he blocks on the other side, Excel.
Might be in trouble. One more right click. The poison touch slow is too much. The range gonna get there. He's so close. AUI 2000 wants this. The Shadow Wave will come through, and Kotaro Ma is gonna jump in as well, but he will get the first blood, and AUI will buy at least a TP scroll before going down. But Kotaro Hariyama does get a kill out of it at the very least.
I actually can't believe he went for that. I thought that there was no way he gets 2 hits out of it, but he goes for it. He gets the first blood. That reminded me a lot of dives that I've been doing lately, except it doesn't end up like that.
It's just like every other Dota player. It's like, why doesn't that work out for me? It's unfair.
He committed to that, man. I don't know. He got the last auto tech, and I thought it was too far, but he gets it, and that's the first blood going to AUI. Get some level 2 and some boots of speed.
Yep. They'll drop the sentry down mid for Infamous, however, so make sure there's no sentry, and it looks like House of D has not even really needed that. But now Z-Talk is roamed in, and he might need to be careful here. He will have Cold Snap being able to invoke up. He's got it at the ready if necessary, but he's sitting a little bit further back. The Courier has respawned. AUI 2000 is at a good defensive spot if they want to make sure they jump in. But we'll see if that's the case.
A little bit of a reconnect coming. Nature's Prophet just playing standard, trying to zone out the Witch Doctor. I'm sure he's trying to block camps and stuff like that. The Radiant team actually did place an Observer Ward down that blocked the large camp in the Radiant off lane. So
yeah,
Rob, I'm a little surprised about this because you can actually do a lot of little nifty pulling and stuff on NP, but I guess if there's less pulls for them to do because they can't pull through, then it basically helps the Nature's Prophet mess up creep equilibrium and then get the wave pushing, and it's a little bit harder then for the supports to try to take control of that and make sure that spike gets free farm.
And also stacking, you know, you could pull and then pull through, and it's a little bit quicker, I feel like, than just stacking and pulling, because then you have to do 2 separate.
Yeah, it takes like 2 minutes.
Walking over to the jungle. It's really just, it's a very inefficient way to get experience for yourself and deny it from the enemy offlaner. So I understand why he went for this, I think. And he could also juggle too, so it's like, it's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. He could always head over to his own jungle if he really needs to get out of this lane. And I like the idea, making sure Biryu has to work a little bit harder. He's level 2, he's already cast up these treants, and Stinger is chasing after him with some right click. No sprouts, we won't be able to kill him, but he's just going to harass him. And looks like Stinger is having, or Greedy rather, Greedy is playing the mid lane, interestingly enough. He's usually their offlaner. Stinger's playing the offlane now this game for Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, so it's a bit interesting. These players have really shown that they can play almost every role, though. I think they just play a ridiculous amount of Dota games, and that kind of helps for that kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true.
I think more casual or pub players will oftentimes play a lot more games. At least they'll play more random stuff. It may hurt their ability to be really focused and extremely perfect a hero or something like that. But I think as a whole, these guys have really shown that their ability to be dynamic is really high.
Yeah. I think that's very true. Top lane, Z-Talk will roam up. There'll be a kill going their way. The sentry was dropped down, but Z-Talk got in, got that kill. That's really nicely done. As Beer, you got caught out of position. I think he was trading with Stinger too effective or too hard, and so Z-Talk roams seemingly out of nowhere from mid to get that kill. So pretty good start here so far. The bounty hunter getting involved, and I suppose only just the one kill as he wasn't there for bottom. Meanwhile, mid lane, they will find a kill onto Greedy. He gets caught with Cold Snap and as well as Boulder Smash and the Rolling Boulder jumping on in. They'll find that pickup for themselves.
Yeah, he did a long-range boulder smash. There was a Sunstrike behind him, and he rolling bouldered in, and he had a dust, so took a lot of nuke damage and pretty straightforward. The AOI gonna go for the... Oh, does get dodged. Yeah, nice dodge by Excel.
That's kind of... It's not the easiest thing in the world, but when you see it coming...
Oh, they got a haste rune.
Oh, they have a haste rune. He's got Grave, and they can even rotate over a Templar Assassin. Excel is going to have to use one of these abilities. TP's going to be coming through. There's the Poison Touch. Stinger is now involved. There's going to be the Grave coming out. TA will roam through in just a moment. AUI 2000 trying to juke and jive as best as possible. There's the Shadow Wave Sunstrike. It's just going to barely miss. Now the Rolling Boulder is up. He'll get the kill. Can he get out alive? And the answer is yes. Look at all of that time wasted by AUI 2000. Impressive play, but really it was the haste rune, OS Frog, coming to work.
Yeah, AUI is playing really good on Earth Spirit today. He had a game where he was having some trouble against the enemy, but he's playing amazing this early game. He's done so much. I've really grown to respect AUI as a roamer in the early game. There's a lot of other players like that have amazing roaming abilities, like Jerox, for example, but I think AUI has really shown recently that he can get a lot done in the early game, pressure opponents, and secure kills while escaping.
That was a great play from him, and I agree with you completely. AUI 2000. Great roamer, great support player, but still Infamous are ahead by almost 1,500 net worth here. Free farm bottom lane for the anti-mage, and the Darkseer's not really getting that much. Look at it. Bulba has 8 last hits, which is very unusual for a Darkseer of his caliber. Oh, top lane, Rolling Boulder in. They're going to find Z-Talk. The Dust will fly through, and they will find another kill for themselves as they drop the Observer Ward down behind the tower.
Ooh, Bulba might die here. He's getting a little blocked by... I know, he'll be okay. Maybe not.
Maybe not. He's got Surge at 3. He's going to try to TP out. Good play, no mana void. He'll survive, but he's out of the lane now.
It's kind of interesting to see aim pressure like that, but one aim is actually decent against Darkseer due to the fact that you basically have a hood just by having your spell shield point, so you can deny a lot of the Iron Shell's hits. And Kotaro obviously plays a lot of mid, so he's very, very good at last hitting. If he does focus heavily on denying, and he's got 12 denies by the way, then it really limits what Darkseer can do.
And it looks like there's going to be a dead Invoker who's going to pop the Fairy Fire, but still no help was coming. And with the good gank coming up from Z-Talk and Greedy with the side trap slow, they're able to slow him down to a snail's pace to pick up a much needed kill on this Invoker, as he was starting to get maybe a little bit too big for his britches.
It's good to slow down his Midas. It'll make a big difference in his overall gold farm, but there's already been so much pressure on the TA alone that this is more just trying to get things back towards equal.
You know, it feels like DC have done their job in order to get this early game advantage. All that thought is Infamous is greedy. He's going to get caught out. There's going to be the Ice Wall. There's going to be the Boulder Smash as well. The Haunted from UR trying to get this kill. AUI is low, and they will get the cask off in time for hero rotation. And then Reality's back top, I believe.
So nicely done, yeah.
That was really good from UR. Excellently played.
That's amazing. If you can get the gank off that fast, then you're basically using your cooldown just to get an assist kill. You miss a couple last hits maybe, but to go back top just in time, that was beautiful. Really nicely done. And so efficient. Like normally when you do those ganks on Spectre, you have to run across the map again. So if you only get an assist out of that, it's not that great because you're losing a lot more farm and experience. But to just jump back and forth like that is incredible. Really maximizing the hero.
Very efficient play, and that will probably start him on that way towards that Urn of Shadows. He has the Sage's Mask, and I imagine that will be the case. You could also go for an Aquila here, would be fine too, but I think Urn is also a very good choice because of exactly what you just saw. Get a kill, get 2 charges, back up top lane or wherever he wants to farm and get it done in terms of getting CS. And so UR might do exactly that. And so he's only 3 last hits behind the anti-mage. He's down 700 in net worth, but that will maybe change later on down the road when he gets a Radiance or gets that farming item. Maybe they can find a kill into Kotaro Hayama, as Bulba as well as AUR are down here, and roaming in as well is going to be Biryu. They really want to try to find a kill. They have the Boulder Smash will come through. The Rolling Boulder in. Can they get the silence off? Great Grave, and he should stay alive. Cask will fly through. He'll be able to blink out in the tree line. They'll try to find an Excel, but honestly, really good positioning coming out from that Dazzle, and it's just so difficult. Kotaro will salve up. Biryu is now going in deep, and Kotaro will try to find this kill. He could jump in and just go for some right clicks. Meanwhile, back towards this jungle, Bulba got caught going the wrong way, and Seeker will find himself a kill. Really unfortunate turn of events from Digital Chaos.
Yeah, I mean they did get killed there, but I think they pressured the AM really well. He's going to heal mostly up here, but every little bit of pressure is going to help reduce his CS just by a small amount. And in the meantime, Yawar has just been sitting on top, farming unimpeded. It's also gotten them a Midas on their Invoker, so just a couple of rotations like that to force TPs and to make them feel a little bit more scared is helpful due to get by getting into the psychology of your opponent.
Zitok is almost level 6, and they're going to accelerate that farm a little more. AY2000 says that's loud. I'm sure that was...
He's canceling his AM multi.
Oh.
He's like spam canceling it.
So they're just they're just trying to annoy him, essentially.
Yeah, the typical infamous playstyle.
Yeah, classic stuff. Real good shit. Greedy's going to go ahead and meld, then pop the Invis rune. Beery was coming in looking for a gank. Greedy, I don't think you want to go back to mid. There's a sentry ward there. I mean, I guess you could. If you're on your side of the river, it's probably fine. There's the one that I was talking about for Spectre, which is just so common now. It used to be not an item you think of when you go for Spectre, but it's just so good to get when you're getting involved in so many kills. And
yeah, and you definitely need a little bit of mana regen on this hero, because every time you use a Haunt Dagger, you're losing about 300 mana. He doesn't have a huge pool.
Cast will fly through. Greedy's in trouble. There's going to be the Rolling Boulder. The dust is up as well. There's going to use the Meld Strike. Boulder Smash as well. Sunstrike will fly through. Greedy gets sniped by it. Beautifully done. Coming out from the Invoker. It's a 5-man gank squad. Yawar is going to try to eat his way out of the tree line. As he gets sprouted up, he will back away. That will drop down the ward. While this is all happening, AIM will get some free farming. Well, unfortunately, Yawar is not able to actually reality back towards the top lane. Unfortunately, there's nobody there. Singer has rotated in, but he'll have to walk all the way back top this time.
And Bulba's going to try to catch up in the jungle just a little bit here. AUI goes to the off lane to try to grab his level 6 and lane against the anti-mage a little bit. It's more like a sit far away and sap 6 if possible and don't lose too much mana.
Yeah. Got Orb of Venom, no Arcanes just yet for AUI. Kotaro sending out a Perseverance, Mana Void. Getting canceled, just trying to zone him out, and he'll have to Rolling Boulder away because of this. Pretty threatening, I will admit that for Kotaro. As much as annoying as it is, hold that thought, well, AUI is probably dead. Boulder Smash will fly through, no Rolling Boulder for 5. They'll probably just blink behind the tower. Mana Void will not do enough damage. Good silence, and he actually can't blink forward. If they had a TP rotation now, he would live. But unfortunately, Kotaro, oh, Sunstrike! He's going to avoid it. They knew it was coming. He actually backed away. Nicely done. And so he played that a little bit... AY actually played that amazingly, but there was no TP rotation, so he come through from his team to help him out and keep him alive, so...
Looking decent for Infamous this game. Bulba taking some Ras, trying to push out the waves. You know, any kill that AM can get is going to accelerate him. He's got 2 kills now, almost up to Battle Fury. But it will take a long time before AM is ready to fight the Spectre. It's kind of like when either hero has Manta, they're absolutely ready to fight their opponents. Maybe some dive on Prophet here.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet rolling Boulder in. There's going to be the silence up as well. They'll find the kill easily done. And he was going to be finishing up that mech pretty soon, and he just bought the recipe, thankfully. But meanwhile, mid lane, they will find Zitok as well. Greedy, trying to run in and take down Beery. They got 2 tracks up, but they lose their Bounty Hunter nonetheless, and Yawar gets tower. And just like that, Digital Chaos get maybe a swing in their advantage with a tower and 2 kills.
Yeah, it's Urn isn't the most common item in the past. It's kind of... maybe not, I wouldn't say a recent trend, but it's something that's occasionally picked up and occasionally moved away from again. But if you do have a lot of gank heroes like DC has, then putting an Urn on top of that definitely gives them a lot of gank potential.
Or there is that mech, and I think that's a great pickup for Nature's Prophet. You don't see it very often, especially when you go for phase boots. Now the Haunt will come through down bottom. Looks like there might be some action. No, it's in the river. It's going to be on House and Dean Yawar looking for that kill on the Templar Assassin, who's got caught out 4 times this game. And DC will find yet another kill in Infamous. They have a net worth advantage, but they have to try to find some kills and ways to survive. Meanwhile, Zitok chasing after Beery. This might be what they're looking for. They have level 3 Shuriken Toss, and this should be a dead Witch Doctor. Whether he dies solo, we'll wait and see. Sprout will come in. There's going to be the Shuriken Toss. The dust is up as well. They pop up the mech, and the last right click will go to Stinger, as his phase boots will be able to guarantee that kill. And so they will lose Beery as well as Bulba, who did die in the top river during that fight.
Very nice Sprout there, guaranteed the kill. And now TPing the bot lane. Nature's Prophet's been all over the map. He's doing a great job this game. 2-1 and 2, 47 CS at 12 minutes. Despite his laning stage not being... it didn't seem very amazing because they had very good control of the lane, but you know, he's still found a lot of farm in this game and he's contributing to kills in a really big way.
Yeah. I mean, he already has that mech. He's got the phase boot, so he's able to do some damage. There's now a Battle Fury that he was able to help with by just getting involved in kills, TPing around, and making some room for Kotaro Hayama. So that is a 13-minute Treads Battle Fury. Very, very good time. I would call it, if you get free farm, that is the average time. It's not the fastest, but it's a very good time.
No, this is fast, man. Like, your battlefield timings are a little bit delayed now due to the fact that it costs a bit more. You have to buy the Quelling Blade alone. So this is actually a really, really fast battlefield. I'd love to see stats on it, but I think this is a super fast battlefield timer.
Greedy's gonna jump on AMD.
Wow, he just got 3-shot.
Yeah, he just got destroyed. Jerk and toss.
Is that an invis?
Melt strike. He was just melt. He was melt here.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Okay.
Route. Biryu was chasing after Singer. The rest of the team's coming in. Biryu's gonna get caught. There's gonna be the cast flying through. Biryu gets destroyed again by that meld. Level 4, no level 2 side blades. They're not gonna stack up the camps from, but boy, will they get kills quickly. He gets a double kill in the beginnings of a Yasha. And they're gonna try to find their tier 1 tower as well now. As rotating in is going to be Bulba and AUI 2000.
And now all the heroes are in the mid lane pushing.
There's the Nature's Wrath. AUI 2000 will back away. He's got magnetized. They will take that tier 1 tower. Nicely done. Yawar is really... He could have haunted it. He's very close to that relic, but he's not ready when his team is not ready to fight either.
Yeah, see,
Right.
15:30 is average. 13 is stupidly fast.
I meant to say, listen, what I said was when you have free farm. Don't get it twisted. When you have free farm, I think that's... Because that was the timing I saw last night when they played. I can't remember who was playing. But that's what I mean.
Okay. I just feel like the timer has definitely adjusted due to the recipe change. So I think a lot of people, not necessarily saying you feel like Battle Fury still comes at the same time that it used to, and it definitely doesn't.
No, it definitely doesn't. Well, it's an extra item, like you mentioned, but... Rita will go ahead and take up Roche. They have a double damage here. They're going to meld up, and they're going to take this rather quickly. Unless they can get in, they've got a smoke of the seat. The side trap will fly. Dust goes through just to make sure there's nobody on this side. Do they not know? Oh, it's too late, and Infamous will take the Aegis and the Roshan. They were not in position. Beery will drop the ward down and almost get spotted. I think he might have gotten seen by Stinger. In fact, Grady comes in. He's got the track move speed, and Beeryu is just absolutely obliterated. And now the drum charge will be popped as well, and now they have to leave DC in trouble. Great boulder smash. Still, it's not going to be enough. The mech will go early on here. They're not really wanting to use this haunt. They want to back up and lose as little as possible. And now the 5-man coming up from Infamous. Like, of course, it wasn't the first game. Bulba drops the wall down. It's not nearly enough. They pop up the mech, and it's 2 dead on the side of DC and Infamous. They're pushing 5 minutes, 15 minutes, much like DC did last game.
This TA is just running them down, and it's a little surprising considering his laning stage didn't go amazing. There was some really good ganks on him, but he's got 5 kills now. 5 kills, 4 deaths, and he's probably the highest net worth. Yeah, he's out there just a little bit above the Spectre. Now, DC does still have the advantage of having a Spectre. Spectre hasn't been ganked here, but everybody on DC is getting heavily pressured, and TA is looking pretty invulnerable right now.
Yeah. This TA is getting helped with by, of course, the Bounty Hunter, giving him track move speed. They already have phase boots. He's got a drum charge. It pretty much means haste move speed whenever he pops drum and phase on top of a track. It's very difficult to deal with when you're getting run at like that. Biryu's been out of position too many times. He's level 6, but he's really died. He's died 4 times, and he didn't have that bad of laning phase. He's doing a good job of supporting. But now Infamous are coming together. They have the TP in from the Nature's Prophet wherever they want to try to find a kill. Z-Talk's all over the goddamn map, and Greedy, of course, is very fast, as we already talked about. And this is giving even more room for Kotaro Hayama, who's starting to eclipse the Spectre very far in terms of farm with that early Battle Fury and the Yash coming out. His Manta almost done. Meanwhile, back towards the top lane, they will find at least the kill into Z-Talk. DC will get themselves at least a pick up, and Yawar will find that kill for himself, which means Radiance will be done here relatively soon.
Yeah, that's a huge kill there. This is going to give him a really fast Radiance timing. That means that DC will be able to fight again, but they need the Radiance to do it. So if Infamous is smart, they're going to try to take as many towers as they can until that point. They
won't take the Tier 1 tower top lane. They're here back mid looking to defend this. Kotaro Hayama looking to jump in. Aegis is on the TA, obviously, and she's going to be coming in from the backstab, running right down those stairs looking for a pickoff. They'll ping her out. They don't know where everyone else is for Infamous, and DC will not go for this kill. This will allow Yawar to finish up his Radiance here, but Z-Talk already has a Vlad's, because guess what? Track kill is pretty good, and he's 1, 3, and 5. With 5 assists and a kill in his name. A couple of those tracks.
He's quite
nice.
farmed. He's done a really nice job. Just getting kills. So it looks like Infamous is going to just go back to their laning stage a little bit. They've got a Yasha on the anti-mage. He's actually very, very close to his Manta. He's only about 500 gold away. So very soon he'll have his Manta. At the very least, he doesn't have to worry about taking Desolate damage from the Spectre when Spectre goes on him. He'll be very good offensively as well. Heroes like Darkseer, Witch Doctor. I mean, Witch Doctor already feels like the squishiest guy ever. You don't want to play Witch Doctor versus a TA, but even Earth Spirit, Invoker, Darkseer, all 3 of those heroes have to really be careful about an Anti-Mage. And since Anti-Mage is ahead, it's going to be a scary game for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be so tough to. Number one, he never died in lane. They tried killing him. That's an impossibility. That's what happens when you get like a 4th or 5th pick AM and you already have your lineup set up. Blink Dagger is now picked up for Yuwar, and he's doing a pretty good job. They're going to try to find a gank. AY 2000 is going to have to rolling boulder away. There's the Haunt coming through. They're going to try to turn this fight. Z-Tuck's going to get caught. He will get Spectral Dagger up. They're looking for a Dust. They'll pop it off, and he's in trouble. Boulder Smash. They'll find this kill, and Seeker's going to get cast as well. Jump in. Kotarayama. Death Ward flies through. He's in trouble. Magnetize will go. Can they bring him down? He'll jump away. He'll try to TP out. Rolling Boulder. He'll die to the Magnetize. 3 dead. DC turn it around. A triple kill for Yuwar. They get forward on it. It's right as that Spectre ratings comes out. As you mentioned, Purge, you get that ratings, you start fighting, and you get an amazing team fight.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Infamous now. That was such a big team fight for them. It's 6-0 and 4 on a Spectre. Like, yeah, Anti-Mage is insanely farmed, but that's a hero that farms very rapidly, and Spectre has now matched him due to participating in kills and ganks. And that's where the earn has been paying off big time.
The one good thing is that Greedy did not fall there, and he has gotten, I think, 4 or 5 kills in a row. He has some sort of killing spree, or streak, rather, is the word I'm looking for, and I'm not sure what. Meanwhile, Z-Talk, Cask will fly through, he'll drop the track, making sure he can get out a bit quicker, but the drum charge will have to go through. And Greedy will jump in, he'll meld strike, but not hit anybody. Singer will get boulder smash, and I don't think they want to fight this for Digital Chaos. Bulba's going to get caught, he'll pop up the mech, yes, Urge. There's the ice wall, last right click will go, but it's not enough. He just barely survives. Now they're going to turn! Greedy does have the Aegis still, but he will end up falling, at least with his first kill. Will they continue to go, or will they back away is the question. The wall will get dropped. AUI 2000 will rolling boulder away. The TP will come out from Boba. He will not stay alive. There's the vacuum. Boba with last right click will go, and it's going to be Greedy picking up that kill. Everyone else will TP out. House of D. No, the Mana Void comes through. He got tracked up and Mana Voided from a long distance for Katarayama. And they might even find a third one. Yuwar cannot afford to die here, and he's going to get caught. They stay too long. Digital Chaos now getting turned on. The Surge will come through. There's the blink in. He's going to try to man fight, but it will not work out in their favor. And DC with a huge mistake fighting there. Instead of just backing away, Infamous will take full advantage of that. And, well, it's now back in good graces for them.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to back away from that. They kind of tried to cover Boba a little bit, but maybe they just sort of fully hightailed it, just completely ditched it. They came back to cover each other a couple times, and Boker got caught as well. Those are a couple of really crucial kills. If that was just Darkseer, no big deal. But losing the Spectre and the Invoker, that's the 2 most farmed heroes on their team. Those are really big mistakes.
That was a team fight that they really wanted to do some damage to that tower and just get out as quickly as possible, and they just made a couple of mistakes there, but it's not the end of the world. They're still doing okay for themselves, obviously. Still the Anti-Mage and TA continue to get even more farm. There's now 2,500 gold on top of the Desolator, which it seems like she just purchased. Z-Talk will walk in. He's next to this Observer Ward in Sentry, so they'll know that he's there. And it looks like they're starting to lose control over the jungle as well, which is a really big issue.
Well, I mean, that's why they put the ward there, so that they can see him. And just like that, they're going to find him, you know?
Yeah, they have a Sentry. They have Dust. TP will come through. Magnetize is going to fly out as well. He will make it away, and he will stay alive. They're going to Reality Run onto Excel. Deafening Blast will push him out. The TP will stop, and he will fall. They wanted both of them, but they'll settle just for the 1 kill instead.
Yeah, very slight mistake there by AOI. He could have attacked one more time, but I think he thought that he was going to get the kill no matter what, so... Only 1 there. Dazzle's killed. Bounty is thrown back, and DC can farm for a little bit.
They'll get some extra room to work with. It really comes down to, I think, maybe the next Roche timing. They give an Aegis up to TA or the AM again. This game gets very hard. And they're also going to try to take down this last tier 1 tower mid here and get some map advantage of their own. Try to get some pressure on this jungle. And it's very low. They've got the glyph up. The Shuriken Tusk will fly. Yuar's not that tanky. He needs to be careful. He's frontlining it right now. They have no haunt. They'll back away. The glyph will fly, and this will get denied. Uh-oh, AUI 2000 is going to get caught. There's the Mantis style going through Rolling Boulder. He actually will make it out to the other side of the river. The trap will go, but he'll TP out in the meantime, and he'll make it away. But Bulba might not be so lucky. The Sprout will come in. There's the Orc Malevolence, but it's too late as the Surge comes through. This global rage they have with the Nature's Prophet and just with the move speed they have is insane. Really
yeah,
not good for DC.
The Orchid's really useful here. If they can catch Spectre, for example, and silence him as the TA goes in, or something like that, it's going to be a really big threat. So I like this NP build. It's very fight heavy. It contributes a lot in that early game and gets a lot done.
Yeah, the early mech followed up by an Orchid. It's not something you see every day of the week, but still I like the build nonetheless. The Vlad's and now almost a 4-staff are done for Z-Talk, so those moments where he's going to get caught out and crushed, like he's been killed a couple of times this game, are going to stop a little bit. It's going to be a little bit less, so he'll be okay. And also...
Ooh, they're definitely ganking Spec top.
That is a dead UR. He'll try to TP away. Melstrike's about to fly, and he will not get out. He actually stopped his TP. It might have been Shuriken.
No, yeah, Shuriken. He just tracked in Shuriken to creep and it bounced, so. Nice little gank. Kind of unfortunate for Spec. He really needs Manta before he can actually fight TA, for example. Because if TA goes directly on him, he's going to get melded, and that minus armor is going to stay on him. He's going to die very fast. But if he can if he can Manta dodge a meld strike or remove the meld with Manta, it'll give him a lot of advantage.
And now Greedy has a BKB on top of it all. This game gets that much harder. They're going to try to find out this AM here. He'll be able to cask and just, there's going to be a blink out. Do they have the silence or did they miss it? I'm not sure. EY 2000 didn't use it. He has Manta anyways. It's not going to matter. Yeah.
Oh, they found him.
Mana Void? No, it's not quick enough. He's in trouble. Cold Snap will go through. There's the cask up as well. The Death Ward will fly through. Boulder Smash.
Oh, they might
now the silence comes out and they get the kill. But meanwhile, top lane, this tier 3 tower getting insulted. The TP will come through. It gets canceled actually.
That was Barry's TP.
He'll have to walk all the way back now. Jump in. Deafening Blast will not fly. Gritty has to pop his BKB and there's no way to stop that. He'll be able to get out, no problems. But a BKB used. Meanwhile, there will be a TP coming up from the Nature's Prophet who got away with about 10 HP as well.
And they're barely getting away from these fights here. That would have been a really big advantage for DC if they got those kills. But everybody on Infamous gets out. They do get their map control again. They've got great sentries all over the place. And it costs them a lot of money to do this, but it's very important that they do control their jungle. Because if they don't, Bounty is going to stroll into here. He's going to find like a Spectre farming, and then they're going to TP in with a Nature's Prophet, and they're going to kill him with like 2 heroes. So they needed to control their jungle, and they've done that. They weren't quite ready to buy a gem, and I think that's the right decision right now.
Well, this game is getting harder and harder for DC as we move forward. It's now almost a 10,000 net worth advantage, but it's still staying right around that number, that 7,500 number. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like there's going to be a catch out on the Invoker. He'll get absolutely destroyed as the Nature's Wrath came through with Gritty, getting up that Melt Strike, and with the Weave, it was even easier to get that armor reduction going through, and they just cannot survive for the life of them. And now they will lose their second to last outer tower as the tier 2 is getting assaulted by Greedy. He's almost got a Fold Manta if he wants to buy that, and he's going to get even stronger. And with Roche up now, they're going to take this without any real contention. There's no buyback here for the Invoker, and so, again, you can't really afford to give this up if you're DC, but they're going to have to.
I'm not sure I agree with this Invoker's item build this game. He went Drum after his Midas, and now he's going into Ags. He did get a Blink Dagger, but I don't know, man. That early Drum pickup, I feel like he could have purchased a Force Staff or something. It might have been stronger. They're going to try to stop the Roche, but it's gone.
Late. Yeah, it's already gone. Without the Invoker, it's impossible. The Invoker has a Blink Dagger. He can jump in and use all of his spells, but without that hero... Uh-oh, Beer, you cannot die again. The Shuriken Toss, he tried to TP, and he got Shuriken Toss. Dear Lord, and the right click will come through. That'll be more than enough to kill him. That's really weird, because Shuriken Toss is magical. But I guess the stun stops it. It's like he used the Shuriken Toss, TP'd, and then he used the Ghost Scepter right after that. It was really strange. Nonetheless, the tier 3 will get assaulted. Right.
I mean, they can defend this without Witch Doctor. It's just going to be a little bit harder. They go in, actually.
Anyway, he doesn't silence up. They have to use the Guardian Greaves. He's low. The Orc Malevolence might take him down here. It will. That'll get the kill. And now that it's even harder to be able to defend this with him not alive for another 46, they might have to let this Rax go. As Greedy does so much damage with the Desolator, he's absolutely decimating it. The Cold Snap will fly. He might lose the Sages here as the Cold Snap is absolutely destroying him, but he gets graved up. There's the Vacuum Wall going to work, and he might be able to back up. He's so damn fast on Manta and try to move his way out of here. He'll go ahead and meld as well, and they just cannot find the Sages. The cast will go through on his Z-Talk. Barry's going to get Orc Malevolence up, and still, he'll pop the Ghost Scepter. The right click comes in. He's actually taking so much damage. Now there's going to be the Meatball drop down. Greedy might die. Another grave from Excel, doing some serious work. And Infamous, they are not dead yet. And there's going to be the Aegis finally falling. It took forever and a couple of kills at a tier 3 tower, but the Aegis is now gone. He's going to pop the BKB. The meld will go, as well as the Refraction, and that is going to be a dead Invoker as the Mana Void comes through. They're zoning all of them back to the well. And Infamous are looking to even the series up and get to game number 3, but they're not there yet. They're going to try to go to work on this Rax. Boulder smash in one Boulder as well. AY 2000 gets off the Magnetize. Z-Talk's low, but still, he's able to survive. He's got that 4-step up and ready if he needs it. You are not ready to fight up. Still cannot take down Greedy. They've lost the Rax, and now they're going to lose Bulba as well. Last right click, no. They need the last right click from the Illusion. It won't do enough damage. The Nature's Wrath almost getting there as well. And with that, they also take the top Rax, and GG is called. Game number 3 is right around the corner.
My god, what the hell happened? They had so much early advantage, and then all of a sudden the TA just started two-shotting people repeatedly. Like, I think it was just tons of setups from Nature's Prophet. I think Greedy just played amazing on TA. He got so many kills. Maybe you can criticize the Invoker's build as well. He didn't go for anything that can set up on the TA. It's like once TA would go aggressive, you just couldn't stop him. Maybe they needed to use Yules or something. But I think he just didn't get Yules because he said, well, I'm not going to be able to do the one-shot build against TA, so I shouldn't buy it. But they needed something to stop TA from running at them. The only solutions they had to that was Witch Doctor Cask and Boulder Smash on Earth Spirit, and that's not really enough.
Well, it is going to be game number 3 coming up as Infamous. They style on Digital Chaos as the game was a bit out of hand. The draft was really solid coming their way. The last pick, Anti-Mage. The Bounty Hunters are getting picked a little bit later on into the draft as well, and they had no answers to those heroes. And the Templar Assassin, of course, as we talked about, even with her dying 4 times in the early game, still a great performance coming out from the Peruvian squad. So game number 3, right around the corner. Very exciting series so far. We'll have the Dota 2 Canada Cup post-game report coming up here shortly. Make sure you guys stick around.